That's their Michael. That's not my Michael. That's not the man I married, the man that I have children with. That's it. They don't see that Michael that I do, which is it's a shame for them. It's too bad because he's such a wonderful. Sorry. He's a really wonderful, loving, caring man. And he's not portrayed as he really is. And it really pisses me off. There could be no other person that could be a better father. And I resent anyone making allegations that he is not a parent and that he is not a proper parent. No one has ever...
Michael Jackson?
Oh, God.
Michael Jackson?
I thought you were going to go here first. I was hoping you forgot.
Why did you marry Michael Jackson?
Okay, can I just, well...
What were you doing?
Okay, first of all, it's unfortunate that not a lot of people know who he really is. He doesn't let anybody see it. He was very quick to, the first time I met him, sit me down and go, listen, I'm not gay. I know you think this. I know you think that. And started cursing, started, you know, being a normal person. And I was like, wow. So I get caught up in that. I'm pulled in right away. Like, wow, you're so misunderstood. Oh, my God, you're this guy.
It's a shame that they're not more open. We are a family unit. Michael and I will always be connected with the kids. I will always be there for him. I will always be there for the children. And people make remarks, oh, I can't believe she left her children. Left them? I left my children? I did not leave my children. My children are with their father.
Is he really? Yeah. Oh,
He's just childish. He acts like a kid. Wait, I got plenty of questions about that.
He acts young.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that whole Michael Jackson thing because I don't get that.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm not sure I even get Nicolas Cage. Because that guy's weird.
You think?
Yeah, we need somebody normal.
Yeah, maybe.
You're wrapped up in a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
You got a downside.
Watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best things to do, I think, when you love someone, don't you ever wake up in the middle of the night and just look at them and see that's the beauty? I mean, that's peace. That's calm. That's how that person is. You know, you don't see the stress of the day or what's going on, you know? And I could sit and stare at him for hours. Because there's calm.
We're going there.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, we're going there. That marriage to Michael Jackson, that your marriage was for real?
Yes.
And that you were in love with him?
Yes.
All of that is true?
Yes.
Okay. And how old were you then?
25, 24? It was
25.
12 years ago.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, I'm going to give you that.
Okay.
Okay. And looking back on that experience, what do you say to yourself now? Because we all have done things in our lives and you say, I don't know what I was thinking, or I didn't know what I was thinking, or that was a great lesson for me. I don't know. What do you say to yourself when you look at that period in your life?
Holy Mother of God. I'm sorry.
No, that's a good start. Yeah. Holy Mother of God.
You're comfortable with him being around your children all the time, despite those rumors.
He's their father.
But you don't have
And
any
he is not a
fears
pedophile.
that he would do anything to any of them?
Absolutely not. Not to his children or to anyone else's children.
Okay.
Except help them if they needed it. If he could do something to make their life better, to make something less painful, to make life a little bit more tolerable, even for a minute, he would do that. but he wouldn't do anything to hurt a child. And I'm tired of hearing it. Because you can only take the lies for so long. And I've reached my limit. And that's why I'm doing this.
Never saw anything.
I'm tired of it.
And to this day, you don't believe that any of those charges were true?
No, I mean, I honestly cannot say. The only people that are ever going to be able to honestly say the truth are him and whoever was in the room at the time of whatever allegedly took
I
place.
went and stayed with his assistant in another part of the hotel so I could get some rest.
Wasn't a real marriage because of that. You had never shared a bedroom. You had never slept in the same bed. Wasn't consummated.
I find that extremely inappropriate to ask.
And I will refrain from that.
What happens behind closed doors between me and my husband is our business. And I don't know how much clearer I can make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay.
Now, that's between me and Michael.
Became friends, and then those charges came about?
Yes.
The first charges?
Yes, it happened after.
After. And so what were you thinking that first time?
Because he was calling me and like telling me everything about extortion and everything that was going on and how I'd already fallen prey to the poor you thing, you know, and I was still very vulnerable, I have to say. I'd been married and had a baby by the time I was 21 and hadn't really been out there much and didn't know a whole hell of a lot. Mm-hmm. And fell into something in this naive way of, like, I want to save your soul, I want to help you. And then he's calling me for advice or telling me what's happening, so I know, and I'm already kind of, you know, enamored and sort of snowed already in my own mind. I'm already, like, he's already pulled me in by making me feel like I'm the one he talks to.
Yeah.
You know, which is kind of almost a form of manipulation in a way, you know, where you feel like you're the first person I've ever, you are who I'm talking to, then you feel protective.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mechanism. So I kind of fell right into that.
Okay.
All right. Baby.
Bring out the big stuff.
The big guns.
The subject of Michael's dependence on prescription drugs was discussed, but her answer has since proven false.
There have been reports that Michael has abused prescription painkillers and his own family tried an unsuccessful intervention. Have you seen any drug abuse when you were married?
No.
No.
And she was like, I will, you know, and then, you know, we get on there and I was just like, can we stop? And now, I don't know if it's coincidence or what with the whole, like, now I'm in the paper for the...
Well, Michael Jackson.
Every time I put a record out, he's flaring up, and now I'm constantly associated. And honestly, I have not said anything different than I've been saying the entire time.
And it doesn't make you look good as an artist because
Right.
everyone gets hung up on the fact that, wow, how did she marry such a kook like Michael Jackson? Then
Right.
they think you're cuckoo.
So I try to clarify it, and then the next thing I know, I'm now on the post with, you know, the whole it's just every piece that's been being run is basically, you know, what does she know, this and that, and then it shows the segment, and I know nothing, and I'm not talking about it, or I'm just going whatever, so.
You know some stuff. You just don't. You're a good girl. You don't open your mouth about it.
Because I don't want them to. They're Michael's children. It's not that they're not my children, but I had them because I wanted him to be a father. I believe that there are people who should be parents, and he's one of them. We have a non-traditional family, and if it makes people uncomfortable...
So was there a lot of pressure for you to have a baby?
Yes. There was quite a bit. I mean, he was...
From the time you got married?
Mm-hmm. There wasn't, and I did want to. I just wanted to make sure. I was looking into the future, and I was thinking, I don't ever want to get into a custody battle with him. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go head-to-head with him. So I need to make sure that everything around is good. I know I had children. I knew bringing children into certain circumstances, you have to make sure everything's safe and secured and okay. And I wanted to make sure that he and I were really, really united because we were going to be up against so much.
I can't remember the exact month you all divorced, but you divorced, and several months later, I know by October, it was announced that Debbie Rowe was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about that?
Well, I knew that it was a bit of a retaliatory act on his part because I didn't...
Did you want to date again? Other guys? No.
he's a really tough act to follow. You know, and when someone cares about you, even on a friendship level, it's a hard act to follow. Very hard act to follow. And I still love him, you know. I have no desire to go out and look. No one's ever going to replace him.
And how often now do you see the children and Michael?
Here's the big one. Do you think he used you?
Oprah, Miss Oprah. This seat is hot, let me tell you.
You can choose to answer.
Do I think he did? All of the signs point to yes on that. Can't answer for him.
I asked the question because, you know, I hadn't been following your life, and just because you were coming on, I started reading, you know, all things. I don't know in this day and age what you read is true or what isn't true, or even when you're supposedly quoted. But just when I add all the pieces up, I thought, oh, gee, well, that whole award show thing and the kissing, and that was staged. You didn't even know that was going to happen.
No, I did not.
And then there was at one point, right, you didn't even know it was going to happen. There's a big kiss, and the whole country's going, what is that? And then there was another awards show where I had read this, I think, in Rolling Stone, where you are sitting in the audience. You haven't even seen him for 6 weeks because he disappeared for weeks at a time, and he's singing to you on stage. And so to me, it just sounds like the whole thing was kind of manipulated.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It was. I will say that.
It was insane.
I will say that there was manipulation on that end. For me, completely snowed, blindsided, stupid, naive, you name it.
That evolved with it.
What do you mean by flirting?
I don't know, trying to give you a kiss or something. Like, how do you know
that's
it was romantic?
Don't go there.
Okay.
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
We have, I think we have a lot of the same personality, flirtatious and speaking and kidding around and stuff. But
Coy with me.
I couldn't.
Okay.
Any chance you'll be asked to testify?
Nope.
Too bad.
I don't have anything interesting to say on either side, I guarantee you.
Smart. Keep your mouth shut.
Oh, it's shut.
You know, this is crazy.
Anyway, did you ever meet the other wife?
What other wife?
Who? Debbie Rowe.
Oh, yeah, she's something else.
Can you believe you went to her after you?
There's someone you want to hang out with.
The look on his face, the look on their faces. I would never change my mind. There's nothing I would do differently. To me, it's okay.